Everyone seems to agree that there shouldn't be two different sets of rules for people in the United States. Yet during the pandemic, we've seen example after example of just this. One set of rules for the ruling class and another set of rules for everyone else. Hey everyone, it's Mike LaChance. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Feel free to rate this video and feel free to leave a comment below. I'd be glad to read your opinion. Last night, when Trump was holding a rally in Ohio, a professional news reporter from NBC News tweeted this, and I'm going to read this in my COVID-19 snitch voice. Hundreds and hundreds of Trump supporters are packed into this great American comeback event on the tarmac in Swanton, Ohio this evening. No social distancing among the crowd and limited mask wearing throughout. Face coverings are encouraged but not required. That's the voice I hear in my head when I read tweets like this. Because many of these same people in the media who are so quick to rush to judgment whenever Trump has an event were either completely silent or complicit over the last several months whenever we've had like a riot or a left-wing protest. Or even worse, a funeral for somebody who's considered part of the elite. Now, just several weeks ago, we had the funeral for a member of Congress where tons of people from Washington, D.C., all the power players, members of Congress, flooded into a church to attend a funeral. Now, they can do that, but you can't. So you see where I'm going with the two sets of rules thing. That was just a few weeks ago. Now we're seeing another example because Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. And of course, there's going to be a massive funeral service for her, which is going to last days and days and days. Let's take a look at Town and Country magazine to see what the plans are for Ruth Bader Ginsburg's funeral. Now, I should preface this by saying I have nothing against Ruth Bader Ginsburg or her family. I'm very sorry that she passed away. My heart breaks for her family. Deepest condolences to them. This is nothing personal against her. This is about our supposed betters in Washington, D.C., who get to live by one set of rules, and the rest of us peons, out in flyover land that have to live by a different set of rules. So let's take a look at this report from Town and Country magazine and find out what's planned for Ruth Bader Ginsburg's funeral this week. Supreme Court Justice and liberal icon Ruth Bader Ginsburg died on Friday at her home in Washington, where she was surrounded by her family, the court announced. The 87-year-old passed away due to complications from metastatic pancreas cancer. Our nation has lost a jurist of historic nature, Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. said of his colleague in a statement. We at the Supreme Court have lost a cherished colleague. Today we mourn, but with confidence that future generations will remember Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and we knew her a tireless and resolute champion of justice. Let's skip to the funeral details, shall we? On Monday, it was announced that Ginsburg will lie in repose at the Supreme Court on Wednesday and Thursday. Her casket will arrive at 9:30 a.m. on Wednesday, after which her family and friends will gather for a private ceremony. Right there off the bat, thousands and thousands and thousands of people in this country were prevented from holding wakes and funerals for their loved ones over the last 6 months. Thousands and thousands of people were prevented from even seeing their loved ones in their final moments on this earth over the last 6 months. Yet here we have in Town and Country magazine this report that says Ruth Bader Ginsburg's family and friends will gather for a private ceremony. The public can pay respects from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Wednesday, and again from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Thursday. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi has also announced that RBG will lie in state on Friday in the National Statuary Hall in the U.S. Capitol, becoming the first woman to do so. And then Casey Hunt, who was a reporter, I believe, reports, still trailblazing. Ruth Bader Ginsburg will be the first woman ever to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol per accessible historical records. Rosa Parks was the first woman to lie in honor. Well, that's nice, but again, what about the thousands of Americans who were not able to do this for their loved ones over the last 6 months? Town and Country goes on. Later, a private interment service will be held at Arlington National Cemetery. And then we have more here from Greg Storr. I'm not sure which network he's with. RBG's casket will arrive at 9:30 a.m. Wednesday. Public can pay respects from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Thursday. She will lie in repose under the portico and at the top of the steps. Well, like I said, this is great for Ruth Bader Ginsburg's family and friends, and for her many admirers in the United States government, but it says nothing to the hundreds of thousands of Americans who lost loved ones over the last 6 months and were not able to do the same, or even close to it. The report just goes on to say that flags are going to be at half staff for 30 days, and her seat at her former seat at the Supreme Court has a black cloth draped over it, which is apparently tradition. Again, none of this is to cast any aspersion on Ruth Bader Ginsburg or her family. Like I said, this is not personal. It's more about the people who run our lives in Washington, D.C., who have been lecturing us for 6 months to stay home, to shut down our businesses, to shut down our lives, while they looked the other way whenever a left-wing protest or riot was going on, then told us we couldn't have funerals, we couldn't have wakes, we couldn't visit our dying loved ones in the hospital, but then they look the other way when it's one of their own. Are you beginning to see the picture? Are you beginning to feel like maybe they think they are more important than you are? Because they do.